What's up guys, my name's Soapsy, welcome back to another tutorial video. Today we're talking about team of the season Kimpembe, and a team of course to help you get done a little bit quicker and that you can use in the new League and Friendlies mode that they have brought out. So in terms of the objective, they've kept this one very simple. Other than the fact that you do need to score 2 headers, that's going to be one for, I guess, crossing, corners, or alternatively, getting it done by messaging someone, or if someone goes AFK. Again, similarly, you need to assist 4 goals using defenders. I've got some tips for that as well, but if you can do it, AFK or by messaging someone, it's also helpful to get those out of the way before you score your 15 goals, which should come naturally. You win 7 games, and in 13 matches, you score the French player, which should be easy because everyone will be using, I imagine, some version of Mbappe or Ben Yedder in their team to get this Kimpembe. So let's jump straight into the friendlies mode to have a look at what they require. So as you can see on the screen, it is the Ligue lineup. They require to have 11 Ligue players in your starting 11, therefore the bench is obviously completely up to you. You need at least 5 different clubs, and you're going to need exactly 5 nationalities, which isn't too hard to do, and there are some selections of players in here that I'll help you out with as well. But let's jump in and look at the team that I've built especially for this. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, guys, this is the team. It does fit the requirements, and I'm just going to talk you through generally. You don't have to specifically use this team, but it's just an idea of the way you can build it with any versions of these players that are in there, and how to basically get the 5 nationalities nailed on, etc. So in goal, I've gone for Mandanda, but you could use any other French keeper. The fact is that he's okay. He's from Marseille, which you're not going to have too many players in there, so that adds one of the clubs for the minimum clubs. Otherwise, you could go for Keylor Navas, but he is going to take away one of your nationality options. With him obviously being from Costa Rica, you're not going to be able to double that up with any other Costa Rican nations. In terms of defense, you've got Marcelo there. He is Leon. You could alternatively go for Marquinhos as a Brazilian defender, unless you're of course using him in midfield like I have opted to, but there is also some other Brazilian options in midfield that you could go for. At left back, it's pretty much going to be a choice between Amavi and Kamara, or if you get that new Brazilian left wing back Tots that they've brought out. But otherwise, the left backs aren't a great option, so just a standard Kamara will probably do the job, or his record breakers, rule breakers card, whichever it is. At centre back, I've put in Carrere just based on the fact that I have him, and that may be something that you guys have as well. He also adds one of the nations for you to have the 5 exactly. Zambia is another option with French to keep the French theme and obviously keep the nations down to 5. Mbappe, some sort of loan. Aouar, you may have the loan. Marquinhos loan. Obviously, most people will have a Neymar as well. If you completed Renato Sanchez, he's a great option. Obviously, he's going to be one of the more out there, but you can couple him with Jose Font to keep the nations down if you need to. Similarly, if you're going for an Algerian in Atal on the right-hand side, or if you another Portuguese player on the right-hand side there, if you're going for Atal and you needed to keep the nations down because you've got someone else obscure, then you could go for Boulaya. Whether you have his player of the month, whether you have the previous Tots that they released in community Tots for him, and then of course Florenzi is a different option to add a nation to make it 5 nations and still keep it within the requirements as you've seen on the screen there. So the only other tips that I really have for you, other than obviously the fact utilize the loans, utilize the players you've got, and if you want to go out and buy some players, then you may want to do that. You can of course bring on 3 subs, so that's always going to be helpful for this. So even if you've got a rubbish standard Kamara at left back, you could bring someone off the bench to fill that spot. So just work on getting the team done. If you've got 3 weak spots in there, try and replace those 3 weak spots with players on the bench to sub on. I've obviously just got the stacked ones that I've pulled from packs and stuff. Most people have Messi or an icon they can bring on in terms of those players. I've got a Kimmich, a Benzema, a Kessie, Henry, and then Lazaro and Perez here is something that I wanted to touch on as well. If you are looking to try and get specifically, you're not able to get the defender assist and you need to play for the defender assists, Lazaro you can easily play as a striker if you have someone like him. If you go and buy that new Klaus card that they brought out, that's easily another player that can play there. Bruno Perez is another one. All these fullbacks have ridiculous dribbling, they have ridiculous passing, ridiculous pace. Stick one of them up front, stick one of them on the wing, and you'll be golden. If you sub Lazaro on in game, play him out wide, he's going to get assists at some point from swinging the ball in or playing wide through balls, and if you put them up front, I think you're even more likely to get those assists. But hopefully that helps you out in getting a team built and meeting the requirements for the friendlies mode. If it helps you out, guys, please leave a like on the video. If you want to subscribe to me, you can, and make sure to turn on the notifications button so that you get notified every time I post a video. Check me out on the socials in the about box below, especially TikTok. My name's Soapsy, and I'll see you guys later.